See, and Mukoni, I want to wish you good luck in leading evidence. I will allow you to run until 1 o'clock when we break. Thank you so much. If you can have your microphone closer to you. That's it.
Thank you, Honorable Chair, Honorable members, everyone present. Mr. Matlala, once again, good morning. How are you doing?
I'm well and yourself.
Okay. Thank you to you and your legal team for your cooperation under trying circumstances. So we really thank you for that. You are currently detained here at CMAX, isn't it?
Of course.
But you as an awaiting trial inmate, prisoner.
Yes.
And you've been charged with attempted murder of your former girlfriend.
Yeah, that's correct.
You have applied for bail, that was refused, and is that bail application still on appeal currently?
No.
Or has it been refused?
Yes.
It's been refused.
Sorry, excuse me. Yeah, you can proceed.
Yeah. You do have a previous conviction. Just tell us briefly about it and in which year?
It was 2001.
And what was what were you convicted of?
It was possession of stolen property.
Were you sentenced to a term of imprisonment?
I was sentenced to 4 years imprisonment, but it was later converted to what is it called? Supervision. They call it correctional supervision.
It was converted to correctional supervision.
Yes.
And since then you haven't had any.
I only have one conviction.
Okay. And was that before you engaged in business?
No, I was, but it was informal.
Thank you. Now, you know why you are appearing before the committee. There were allegations made by General Mkonazi on the 6th of July this year. Subsequently, this committee was appointed by the National Assembly to make inquiries into those allegations. And some of the allegations, more specifically, you've been invited to give evidence on and assist the committee, is the alleged corrupt relationship between Minister Mkhunu and Brown Mkhotsi, and between yourself and Mr. Mkhotsi, and between yourself and Mr. Mkhotsi. Then also in relation to the procurement irregularities at SAPS regarding the 360 million SAPS healthcare contract, and specifically whether the award to your company was in contravention of the procurement laws. And we'll also discuss with you any possible concerns relating to your involvement with alleged criminal syndicates, and also the Tembisa Hospital tender, in relation to which Ms. Babita Diokaran, who was murdered on account of her being a whistleblower. So we'll touch on those issues in due course. just give us a brief glimpse of where you grew up, your schooling, and then when you first started in business. They are referenced at paragraph 7 of the draft statement.
Yeah, I grew up in Mamelodi East.
If you don't mind, Mr. Matlala, maybe it's me, but just speak up a bit.
I grew up in Mamelodi East, which is in Pretoria. And I was raised by my single mother. And I went to school also in Mamelodi, which the name of the school is Lechabile High School. So after my matric, that's when I started to do informal business, buying and selling goods, to a point where in 2001 I ended up being convicted for buying stuff which was illegal, and I've been sentenced to 4 years in prison. And right up until 2017, that's when I formally registered my business. My first business, it was a security business, and then that was my first formal business, and then through which then I provide security services. So from then I ended up securing clients from construction sites, schools, even also I've explored into healthcare. And I'm married. I've got 9 children with my wife. I support all of my children. And that's it.
Just on a lighter note, your nickname Cat, is that because you got 9 children or 9 lives?
9 children.
Both. Okay. You have several companies trading under your name, and they are listed at paragraph 8.1 to 8.6. But can I just take you to annexure VM1?
I'm sorry, the statement, as you know, is not yet completed, so I don't have the annexures with me. So I have to just go through them, but I didn't have time to attach them here.
Is it not in the...
I just got them this morning.
It's in the file there, Mr.
Yes, I'm saying, okay, let me just go try it. It says VM1.
VM1, it's the very first.
Nomvalo.
No, Chair, I didn't hear the witness properly because sometimes it doesn't speak through the mic. What was he saying? Was he saying he didn't read the statement, or just want to get clarity?
Okay, I was saying the annexures are not attached to the statement, so I just got these things in this morning, so I have to go through and check which annexure it is.
Or you received the statement this morning?
Yes.
So the statement was written by lawyers on your behalf?
Say that again?
Who wrote the statement?
My lawyer drafted the statement. We had a consultation and he was busy typing. Then I had to go through it, and so I can check everything is in order. But I just got that thing this morning.
So you only saw it this morning?
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
SC.
Thank you. Mr. Matlala, can you just go to the first page of that document? It's a document that's drawn from Lexus Windeed, which is
From?
It's this document that has a list of your companies. Have you got it?
This thing is not labeled, so can you maybe refer what page will it be on?
It's marked page number 1 at the top, number 1 of the annexures. Mr. Forbay, can you please help your client?
Yeah, I can see it.
You see it?
Yes.
Okay. So from there you'll see there's a list of directorships on the left-hand side, you see?
Yes, I see.
And some are indicated on the right-hand side, your status, Black AK Trading and Supplies, you active, Cat VIP Holdings, active, Core Kabeng Trading and Suppliers, active, Amila Bottle Trading, you've resigned, Falcon Cat Trading, you've resigned, Lavindos Hair, active, Luxo Africa Brand in Investments, active, Medicare 24 Swani District, resigned, Right to Own, resigned, and then YVM Yasira Entertainment, active. You see that?
Yes, I see that.
So is that still, as we speak, your status in those companies?
It actually not. The first one is active, and the second one as well. The third one is not active anymore, so I don't know why it shows active here.
So the third one, Core Training,
Yes, it's not active.
Kabeng Training, you've
No,
also
yes.
no longer, you resigned.
Yes. And Emela Butle and Falcon, yes, I've resigned. Lavindos also is not active. Lux of Africa is active. Medicare, yes, I've resigned. And the Right to Own, I've resigned as well. And the last one also is not active.
So apart from the third one, Core Kabeng Trading, where you've also resigned, is that accurate?
Deregistered, actually.
Sorry, Mr. Matlala?
I'm saying, you meaning the third company?
Yeah, your directorships as indicated here.
Yes, the company is being deregistered, so I don't know why is it still showing active.
From those companies where it's indicated that you resigned, did you just resign as a director? And are you still involved in any of those companies, maybe through shareholding?
I only resigned from Medicare as a director, but I still own shares, 100% shares of Medicare. But the rest, I resigned completely. I don't have any control over them.
Now, we're going to deal with the Medicare 24 Swani District issue, because that's the entity that applied for, or that bid or tendered for the Medicare contract, the SAPS contract, and you were initially awarded that contract. Is that right?
Yes.
And at the time that you were awarded...
SC, let me take Honorable Ngola.
Thanks, Chair. Chair, I don't want us to leave this chamber with a wrong or incorrect impression, particularly on the statement thingy. Am I understanding the witness correctly that he says his lawyers were helping him to outline the series of events and putting it in a statement form, not that the lawyers were the ones who were architects of the statement itself? They were helping you explain what happened, what you know, and all that.
No, that's not correct. What I was saying is I was explaining to them and he was busy typing.
Yes, that's what I'm asking.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Chair. I'm covered.
Thank you. Sorry, Mr. Matlala, I asked you about your directorship, or rather, I contextualized the question about the Medicare contract or tender that was awarded to Medicare Swani 24 Swani District. And at that time, when you bid for that tender, you were then listed as a director of Medicare 24 Tshwane district. Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct.
But then, at which point did you resign as a director?
I resigned in 2024 December.
Sorry?
2024 December.
December 2021.
Yes.
And at what stage was that tender when you resigned? Was it still pending or had it been awarded?
I've been awarded by them. By then, I've been awarded.
Had been awarded. And did you notify SAPS?
No, I didn't.
You didn't. Is there any reason why you didn't? Was that an oversight?
I'll say so.
But you're aware that you should have, you ought to have notified SAPS that you had resigned as a director.
Yes, I just learned that later.
Excuse me?
I just learned that later.
Yeah. Okay, we'll also deal with that later. Thank you. These companies, are they the companies that you also list as your interests? If you go to the last line of paragraph 7, where you have interest in construction sites, schools, and primary healthcare services. Which of these companies are, or is it that you provide your CAT VIP protection services to construction sites, schools, and primary healthcare services?
Yes,
is that the connection?
Yes, that's correct.
The schools, are those contracts with the education department, Gauteng education department?
No.
On what basis do you contract with those schools?
I will say, I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's the school governing body, because there is someone who manages the guiding division of the security business. But I think it's the school governing bodies.
The school governing bodies?
Yes.
How many schools are we talking about?
I think 3 or 4.
3 or 4.
I'm not sure.
Can you recall them offhand?
I was not paying attention to that. I don't know. I just know that there is a contract with schools, but the name of the schools I don't know.
Okay. And what's the nature of the security service that you provide at these schools?
It's guarding.
Guarding?
Yeah, I think they have got computers in those schools, so they need guards there at night.
And the construction sites?
Is guarding also for the construction equipment.
And are they all private companies, or are there any?
Yes, it's a private company.
All private companies.
Yes.
And the primary healthcare services, are they the Tshwane 24 district facilities, or is it the Tshwane 24 holding company?
No, it's for Tshwane.
Sorry?
You meaning for? Can you please elaborate that?
Yeah, you mentioned here primary healthcare services.
Yes.
Are those for the Tshwane holding company, or for
yes.
for the holding company?
Yes.
And are those at state or government institutions or entities?
No, that's private.
Or private hospitals?
Yeah, it's clinics, not hospitals.
Clinics. You otherwise also provide personal protection services, isn't it?
Yes, that's right.
To how many individuals, how many persons?
It was only one person.
Only one?
Yes.
Now you mentioned to us that you provided personal protection services to a Mr. Msibi.
Yes.
Just explain the nature of your relationship with Mr. Msibi and who was he and what did he do? I believe he's now passed.
Yeah, that's right.
So just tell us about some background on what your relationship was with him, what was the nature of the services provided to him, and for how long you provided the service.
Okay, it was he was a businessman. He was also the founder of Santago, which is a taxi association, and then he had other businesses. And the nature of my relationship with him, he was my client, providing security services for him.
So he was your client, and for how long did you provide him with security?
I'll say from 2000, what is this year? 2001, or I'll say maybe before COVID, 2000 until right when he passed on.
And when did he pass?
2024 January, I think. 2023, 2024 January. 23, 24, I'm not sure.
So did you say 2001 or 2021?
2021.
2021.
2021 or 2020, somewhere there, yes.
I know you mentioned 3 years, so it must be sort of 2021, 2024.
Yeah.
Or until he passed.
Yes.
Now, Mr. Msibi, very well known, a founder member of Santaco, and he also had other business interests.
Yeah, but I don't know his. Yeah, I just know that he was a shareholder in SA Taxi. Then he also had a business called Taxi Choice.
Sorry?
I'm saying what I know that he was a shareholder in SA Taxi.
Yeah.
And also I know his other company, it is a company called Taxi Choice.
We also know that when he passed, he had a big funeral.
A big funeral.
A big funeral.
If you say so.
Okay. Did your personal protection services end, I suppose, when he had his funeral? But you would have been there because you knew him.
Yes.
And you had a personal relationship with him.
Yes, yes, I do.
You were very close to him.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we, apart from looking it up on Google, we also know from former Minister Pele that there was this funeral and he was at the funeral.
Okay. You saying I was at the funeral?
Yes.
Yes, I was.
Yeah, and what I put to you is not what I'm sucking out of my thumb. I mean, Mr. Pele had also said that he was at the funeral, and it was a big funeral.
Yes, I'm not disputing that. He was there as well. I can confirm that.
Yeah. So there were a few more other prominent people at that funeral.
Yeah.
Mr. Molefe, Mr. Molefe was also at that funeral.
Yes.
Mr. Molefe is the person who was also raided on the 6th of December last year by PKTT. You know about that?
Yes, I know about it.
Do you have a relationship with Mr. Molefe?
No, I don't.
Did Mr. Molefe have a relationship with Mr. Msibi?
Yes, they did.
A business relationship?
No, I think they were close friends.
They were good friends?
Yes. I don't know if they had any business dealings together, but what I know that they were very close.
Yeah. But you're not able to comment on the nature of their, other than a personal friendship. You don't know, you can't comment on any other, give us any other particulars or details about their business relationship.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know about that.
And Mr. Molefe, did you develop a relationship with him, a personal relationship?
No.
You didn't provide him with VIP protection?
No, I never.
Okay. Okay. Now, it was reported in News 24, and you would be aware of this article, that you had secured some premises in January 2024, premises with a hospital on it, grounds, which houses the South African Police Services College.
Yes, that's true.
And it was alleged that the reason why you leased these premises and this hospital was in anticipation, and in fact that you knew that you would be awarded the much talked about tender, which we will discuss in more detail a bit later. So can you give us some background to that, and perhaps deal with those allegations?
Yeah, first of all, that hospital, I've been trying to secure the lease for, I think, for the past 3 years. So when they're saying I knew about I'll get a tender, for me, it does not add up. Because I can remember that my first engagement with Public Works, it was somewhere around 2021. And that was far from the tender being even advertised.
So just so that I can be clear, you entered into a lease agreement
with Public Works, yes.
With the Department of Public Works,
yes.
Not with SAPS.
No, Public Works.
So the building and the ground is owned by the Department of Public Works,
yes.
Not SAPS.
No, Public Works.
But the building is it a hospital?
It's a hospital, yes.
So at the time that you entered into the lease agreement, I think we had also requested a copy of the lease, which if it could be made available so that we can complete your evidence in this regard. That hospital and the grounds were still occupied by SAPS, South African Police Service.
As far as I know.
So were you never given vacant occupation of the hospital?
No, they refused.
And the lease, you say, is it still in operation as far as you're concerned?
The lease?
Yes.
Yes.
So I assume that there's a legal dispute between you and Public Works about the hospital and the lease.
There's no legal dispute.
Well, you haven't been given. The lease would have provided, I suppose, for you to get vacant occupation of the hospital.
Yes, I've got a lease, but when I went there to do the inspection, I found the members of the ACPS in that hospital, and I went back to Public Works as the landlord to tell them that there's people who occupy the hospital. They say, can you please facilitate so that I can occupy the hospital? And then that's when the police refused. And then I think I ended up sending him a letter that if you don't let me occupy the hospital, then I will take legal action.
Well, that's why I asked. Are you in a legal dispute?
No, there's no legal dispute.
Has it been resolved? Or are you still not in occupation of the hospital?
Yes.
What's yes?
I'm not even now occupying the hospital.
So why would you have wanted to lease the hospital in the first place? For what purpose?
Where the hospital is inside the training college of SAPS. So I just learned that the students who are training inside there by the college, sometimes they get injuries, or even when they're sick or whatever, they have to go to the nearest hospital, which is outside the premises of SAPS. So I wanted to use that hospital as an opportunity for them to render the services for them.
So you still haven't been able to give effect to what you wanted to do, and why you leased the hospital?
Yes.
Did you lease the hospital? Was it leased through, as I understand, and we'll also deal with it a bit more fully later, as part of the franchise that you bought from the holding company, Tshwane Medicare, or was it Tshwane Medica Holding Company that was going to utilize the facility?
The list is under Medicare 24 Tshwane, but Medicare 24 Holdings, they are the one who doing the operations, management and operations.
So maybe while we on this issue, when did you first take an interest or become interested, and even more so from a business point of view, in the healthcare, medical care business?
I was introduced by my colleague who me and him, we stay in the same estate. So he is the CEO of Medicare 24 Holdings. So he approached me and he said to me, there's a business opportunity in Medicare 24. So
your friend is that Mr. Van Wyk that you're referring to?
Yes.
And Mr. Van Wyk and his other partner, what was his name?
Rian Venter.
Rian Venter and Mr. Van Wyk. Are they the founders of the Healthcare 24 holding company?
Mike Van Wyk, he is the founder.
Mike Van Wyk.
Yes.
So when did you first meet him?
I'll say around 2017.
2017.
Yes. 2016, 2017, somewhere there.
Is he and Fenter, are they the ones who first approached you?
Yes.
Why do you think they would have approached you?
It's a business opportunity.
Just as a business opportunity?
Yes.
And at that stage, 2017, we know that you have an interest in several companies as a director, as a shareholder. But was your big business interest still the VIP protection service?
Yes, by then, yes.
By then?
Yes.
And they approached you?
Yes.
What was your reaction to when they approached you? This is a bit far removed from what you do in business.
Yeah, I think maybe if I can elaborate further.
Please.
So what they wanted to do is he first asked me, what do I do for a living? And I told him that, listen, besides the security thing, I do RFQs, meaning I supply medical equipment to hospitals. So then when I mentioned the word hospitals, that maybe that's when I got his attention, because he's also into healthcare. Then he told me that, listen, we want to expand to, we want to send proposals to manage clinics which are in the townships. But since you are black and maybe you can have a much more advantage than us, so why don't you register the company for you, and then you get business and we do the management, and then you can take the rest.
So, what was the quid pro quo? It sounds like, and you can comment on it, and sounds like they wanted you to front for them and secure business because who you were, and you're black, African, and you could tender for business. You get the business, and they would administer this business. Was that the deal?
No, that's not the deal. What I believe, if someone is fronting, I don't think you'll be 100% in charge of their finances.
So what was was there a genuine business deal?
It's a genuine business, yeah.
So tell us about this genuine business deal. What was the deal?
Like I said, they do the management part. They manage the clinics.
Yeah.
And then, meaning I have to pay them for the management fee.
So was that the same arrangement that would have applied to the Medicare 24 Tshwane District tender award?
Yes.
You applied?
Yes.
And you applied in your own name?
Yes.
This entity?
Yes.
Was that a, now they had a holding company, isn't it?
Yes.
On Wyk and Venter.
Yes.
And the Tshwane District entity, was that your own?
Yes, and yes.
Is that like a franchise?
Yes.
And did you pay for it, or did they give it to you?
No, they didn't give it to me.
And secondly, that
every contract that I secure, then that's how I pay. There's the percentage that you pay for each and every contract.
How much did you pay?
I think for the last contract, the thing is regarding this SAPS contract, I do not want to get deeper into that thing because there's an ongoing investigation about that. So I'll prefer not to talk further about the contract of SAPS because I don't want to compromise the investigations or even incriminate myself.
But can you confirm that you paid them for your franchise?
Yes, I can confirm that.
And when you,
it's in the bank statements as well, which the police have.
So and so when you bid for the Tshwane 24 contract, the SAPS contract, you did so on your own, through your own company?
Yes, through my own company, Mr. Arance. But like I said, I do not want to go deep into this Medicare 24 SAPS contract thing.
But the services that would be rendered, those services would in fact be rendered by Van Wyk and Venter, the holding company, isn't it? The administrative side of it.
Yes, that's correct.
And that would have, was that indicated in the tender bid document?
Is there? Yes.
Or was it left unstated?
No, I've supplied the franchise documents.
So in the bid document, which we'll look at in a bit more detail later, would it have been indicated that some of these services would in fact be rendered also by the holding company?
I would love to help about that, but like I said, I think we're going now into deep inside the contract of SAPS, which I said earlier that I do not want to speak about that now as there's an ongoing investigation. So can you please just respect that? I do not want to incriminate myself or compromise the investigation.
Okay, let's perhaps just excuse me. perhaps let's go to the health risk services contract. Which
what?
The health risk services tender contract. Can we just go there? Do you deal with it from paragraph 16 of the draft statement? Of the statement on page 5. You see it there?
Yes, I see it.
Yeah. So,
may I please take Honorable Sangwan?
Thank you very much, Chairperson. Apologies, SC. No, I'm being disturbed by Mr. Matlala's response to not wanting to answer questions after he had taken the oath, which was based on you having read to him, Chairperson, the immunities that are there for him in line with the Powers and Privileges Act, specifically 16.2, which says a person who is being examined under oath or affirmation in terms of section 15 may be required to answer any question put to him in connection with the subject of the inquiry, produce any document that he or she is requested to produce under the section, despite the fact that the answer or the document would incriminate him or would tend to expose him or her to criminal and civil proceedings. Now, it was said when we started that we are not in a court of law. We do operate under the legislation, specifically the Powers and Privileges Act of Parliament. And I think we're going to have to get resolution on that matter, Chair, because we can't have a witness that appears, has taken an oath and then says, I can't answer because I may incriminate myself. I think we need direction on that matter. Thanks, Chair.
Honorable Skosan.
Thank you, Chair. I just wanted to find out, it's a follow-up. I heard that somebody was paid, Mr. Matlala, I'm not sure, through you, Chair. Who was paid?
Are you referring to the Medicare contract?
Yes.
That was management fee that I was talking about.
Who was paid?
The holding company.
You paid the holding company?
The management fee, yes.
Yeah, because I'm through you, Chair, I'm not sure whether that management fee was part and parcel of the contract itself, the money which you paid to the...
Between myself and the holding company, yes.
Or it was your contract between you two?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Not the police?
No.
Thank you.
Okay. Honorable Sangwen is right that when we administered oath here, we read to you the relevant section in the rules that the evidence that you depose here under oath is part of the immunities that you enjoy here, cannot be used against you anywhere outside these proceedings.
Okay, can I answer to that?
You are welcome to say anything.
They cannot be used against me by who? Because if you say they cannot use it against me by the committee, that I understand. But if someone is investigating me and there's something that I'm saying now which can incriminate me, obviously they will use it against me.
Yeah, what we have read from you here comes from what we call a national legislation, which is about the powers, privileges and immunities of Parliament and provincial legislatures. The Act is an Act of 2004. So any person who has been invited to appear before Parliament or a committee of Parliament takes an oath. And the privileges or immunities that go with you having taken an oath under that legislation is that any information or evidence that you depose before a committee or a House of Parliament can never be used anywhere outside that committee or House of Parliament. So it means there is nobody who can come to you and say, this is the evidence that you deposed before a committee or a House of Parliament. It can't be used. It's only Parliament that has that exclusive right to use that evidence, because you shall have taken oath through us.
Okay.
Ikwagala botse.
Ya kwa hala mara hake kwishish. My concern is, firstly, I heard you saying when you were speaking about the immunities, you were speaking about there's some other exceptions which you mentioned, and also whoever who might be investigating me might come later and say that I heard this from my source, not from the committee, and then use that against me.
Your hand is up, Honorable Malim.
No, Mr. Matlala, it simply means that whatever you share in this committee will never be taken from this committee and say, on the basis of this, we are charging you because you gave the committee this evidence which is incriminating you, and therefore are using it to charge you. So let's say on Medicare, they can't say, you are not charged with Medicare. They can't say what you said here about Medicare is now being used as evidence to charge you on the basis of you saying it here. But if they come and say a source gave us this, obvious, in a criminal case, they will have to reveal who is this source and what is the credibility of the source and where did the source this evidence that is being used against you. And if it comes back to Parliament, it will not stand the test of time in a court of law because you produced it here in Parliament.
Yeah, yes, I hear him very well, but also I heard you mentioning some exceptions with these immunities, but I didn't get those exceptions. But
it's a charge of perjury.
Yes, perjury, yeah.
Yes. Or a charge relating to evidence or documents required in this proceedings. So if only any information or any evidence that is required by this proceedings, we mean now you and us as we continue with the hearing. So I want any other case or any other charge that is contemplated here outside of the proceedings that we have with you.
Okay.
Why kushish?
Partly.
Okay. Which is the part that you do not understand?
I'm more concerned about the investigators because they're not going to come here and as much as they can say that we heard it from a source, and then they will never even reveal who's their source, and which is they even have the right to protect their own source. So some of the things they might be technical. So I cannot guarantee myself that 100% they won't use it against me, but I take it that the committee cannot use it against me. But outside of this committee, whoever wants to investigate me, and then I'm making things easy for him by me, maybe there was something that they wanted to use it against me, then I'm giving it to them on a silver platter.
So the law you understand is just that you have fears.
I wouldn't say fears. I'll say concerns.
Yeah. That even when the law protects you, it may be to a particular extent which may be limited.
What I'm saying, there might be a way to manipulate that same law that is protecting me. Or else I wouldn't be here today if that law is protecting me.
Yeah.
I'm in chains today because of the law that is protecting me.
Yeah. What we are reading to you is the law that governs these proceedings. That if you have those concerns, or in the event your concerns come to a reality, you can still contact Parliament and say, this is what you committed, that it will not come back to me, and why am I now being harassed?
I think if we can do that with my legal team and then have it in writing, then I'm okay.
Let's say it's a matter which during break, your legal team and our team can deal with.
Then I'll be comfortable.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look, we cannot oppress you from raising any matter that you feel you want to raise, but at the end of the day, there must be a common understanding.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Is that sufficient?
Chair, no, not quite. I would have expected and the committee to raise this issue, and they now have, and just to I would have expected and the committee to raise this issue, and they now have, and just to parliamentary committee enjoys immunity from prosecution. You are privileged in the sense that whatever you say cannot be used against you by any outside third party, unless, which is a constitutional issue, unless, of course, you lie, or you've committed a fraud, or you've told untruths, and someone from outside says, no, what you said here today, it's a lie. So as long as you are truthful before this committee, you enjoy immunity, you enjoy protection. And that is why the committee requests you to answer these questions truthfully, if you can.
Yes, Mr. Arance, I think when you take a break, if you can just consult with my legal team, and then I'll be more than happy to continue answering anything that you're asking.
Well, Mr. Forbe is here,
yes,
and he's heard the discussion, the debate.
Yes.
So maybe during the lunchtime shortly, we can just confirm with you and give you some of his own advice. So just to revert to this health risk services tender contract and your interest in the Medicare business, you told us that. Sorry, Chair, may I proceed? Yeah. So there's these two persons, Messrs. Van Wyk and Venter. They are the directors in the Medicare 24 Holdings company, and they contacted you in 2017 and asked you whether you'd be interested in becoming involved and in securing some contracts which they could administer. Is that a summary of what you said earlier?
I said only Mr. Van Wyk, not both of them.
Oh, only Mr. Van Wyk.
Yes.
But you know the other person who also has an interest is Mr. Venter.
Yes.
You don't know their holding in the company or their shares?
No.
Or are they both directors in the company?
Last time I checked, yes.
Yeah. So that was already in 2017. So when was Medicare 24 Swani district when was that formed or established as a separate entity?
I think it was in 2018.
In 2018?
Yeah, I think so.
And then the question was, did you have to pay a fee, a franchise fee?
I said, yes, and I said a fee will be only paid upon securing a contract.
So the fee you paid was subject to you successfully bidding for a contract?
Yes, if a fee meaning a management fee of whatever they will need to do for that specific contract.
So no money actually exchanged hands. You didn't pay them 2 or 3 or 4 million rand so that you could operate that franchise. Like say if you buy a Woolies franchise or Engine franchise, you pay for the franchise and you operate it on your own, obviously subject to certain conditions.
That is different because when you buy Woolies or Engine franchise, it's already an operating business. So what I'm buying is not operating. There's no any revenue that I'm generating. So I have to wait to secure a contract first before I can generate any income. So I wouldn't pay for something which is not bringing any money to me at the moment.
Yeah. But did Medicare 24 Tshwane District, your franchise, did that do any business separately? And what was the nature of that business?
You mean except the SAPS contract?
Yes.
No. I was bidding for contract there and there, and then it was just the SAPS contract that I was lucky with.
So that's why I asked earlier, what was the deal? And I don't mean it in the pejorative sense. You didn't pay them upfront. They would be paid because for the management services that they would render. So were there any other tenders or contracts that you procured through your franchise, the Tshwane District Medicare 24 franchise, between 2018 and 2024?
No, there's no any other contracts.
Did you? So what does that mean? So between 2018 and 2024, did you not have any business dealings with Mr. Van Wyk and Benter?
Yes, I was in the process of buying the whole holding group, but there was no business that I was doing with. So I wanted to own the whole holding company.
Okay. So in the meantime, between 2018 and 2024, did Medicare 24 Holdings, a holding company, did they render services in other hospitals, other institutions, like, for example, the Tembisa Hospital?
No.
No, they didn't.
They didn't.
Did they or you tender for the Tembisa Hospital contract?
It was not a tender, and it was not even Medicare. So it was RFQs that you get based on the request from the department.
Yeah. So were you not involved at all, either directly or indirectly, in the Tembisa Hospital tender?
Okay. What I'm trying to explain is my other companies, they were getting RFQs, requests for quotations.
Sorry.
Medicare 24 doesn't even have for you to get those RFQs, firstly you need to have a vendor number with a specific department. So Medicare 24 does not even have any vendor number with the Department of Health. So there's no any job that Medicare 24 did with the Department of Health.
Why do you think or maybe you can tell us whether you're subject to the SIU. We know that the SIU is investigating or has investigated the Tembisa Hospital matter. Why is your name mentioned in connection with that tender?
I would love to know as well.
Now, we only touch on it. If you go to page 35 of the draft statement, yeah, since we are dealing with this matter, you see there paragraph 137, 9 and 10.
It says page 35.
Page 35, yes.
Yes, paragraph.
Paragraph 137.9 and 137.10.
Yes.
Do you want to read that, 137.9?
Regarding past dealings with Tembisa Hospital, my company has previously supplied them with RFQs. I have not been approached by any law enforcement agency regarding an investigation into me concerning Tembisa Hospital. There has been ongoing investigation by the SIU in regard to this matter, and I believe there is an inquiry docket open either by the SAPS or IDEC. And as a result, I cannot comment any further. Should I go to the next one?
Yeah, let's park the next one.
Okay.
For a bit later. So just to pause there at 137.9, you say that your company has previously supplied them with RFQs, requests for quotations. What does that mean? Just elaborate.
Mr. Arons, like we said that we need to fix this thing because I haven't read this thing myself. Not my company. The department will supply me with RFQs, not vice versa.
Yeah.
So some of these things here, if I had time, then I would have corrected them. So it was the department that was supplying me with RFQs, meaning they're requesting for quotations that we must quote for whatever they needed at that time.
So what does all that mean? That you were requested by the department to supply them with quotations?
Yes.
So you were invited to quote for work?
Yes.
Is that the Gauteng Health Department?
Yes.
Okay. Novalo?
Yeah, Chair, I don't know if I heard the witness correctly. Mr. Matlala, did you say you did not read, you said this thing, so were you referring to a statement?
The statement, yes.
So you don't know what is contained in the statement?
I know it's a draft, but now I wanted to go through it and correct where there's mistakes and then sign it.
So it might, the statement might be having mistakes.
Obviously, I just saw one now.
And if there are mistakes, you will correct them later.
That's what I wanted to do, yes.
So it's possible that this committee is questioning you on a statement which has mistakes.
It has mistakes. I just found one mistake as we speak.
And you will correct them later.
That's what I'm saying, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Matlala, you've seen these or what is recorded in this draft statement.
Can you please just repeat that?
I say you've seen what's in this draft statement.
Yes.
And you've discussed it with Mr. Forbay.
Yes.
Of course, you're now under oath.
Yes.
So what if I put something to you that's in this draft, which is incorrect or wrong, then you will correct us, isn't it?
Of course, yes.
So what I was asking you is about these RFQs. Why? Because it sounds to me that you don't, or you didn't have any track record in providing Medicare services from the time you bought this franchise in 2018 until you were awarded the SAPS contract in 2024.
I did not have what?
you didn't have a track record. What you didn't have any contracts with private hospitals or with state hospitals to provide Medicare services. Isn't that so?
Yes, it does. Yeah, you're right.
That is between 2018 and 2024.
Yes.
So my first question related to that is, why were you then requested to supply the Tembisa Hospital with quotations? To do what? These RFQs?
I didn't request Tembisa to supply me. Tembisa is the other way around. The Department of Health is requesting quotations from the companies that are on their database. So what they do is they just go to the CSD and then they just choose a random company from the CSD and then they will send those RFQs there.
Yeah. So like anyone else, if you want to a state or a government contract, you make your application and you put all your details on the central the CSD, the central something database, like we also have to do as council, so it's not anything to do with whether or not you had a track record of rendering this service.
Yeah, you're not rendering service, you're just delivering them the goods that they're requiring. So there's no service that you need to render for them. They will ask, maybe they want 100 bottles of water, then you buy water wherever you buy them and supply it to them.
Yeah. So so on what basis do you think you would have been awarded the Medicare Swani contract when you had no track record of rendering Medicare services or Medicare supplies, although that is your stated business? And on top of it, a 350 million rand contract.
Okay, if you buy a franchise, so you carry the profile of the holding company. So now I don't need, if I buy a KFC franchise, so the profile will always remain the profile of KFC. So it does not mean that because I bought a KFC from franchise, then I don't know how to cook chicken, and then they have to teach me how to cook that chicken. So I'm still using the recipe from the holding company of KFC to cook that chicken. So even the same as Medicare, the holding company is the one who's going to do the work. They have the track record.
So would it be correct to summarize what you're saying, that you were awarded the Medicare contract, the SAPS Medicare contract, on the basis of the record of Medicare 24 holdings?
Yes, which I also supplied them with these documents of the franchise document and the holding company's document.
But you applied, or you tendered rather, for the SAPS contract in the name of Medicare 24 Swani District, not in the name of Medicare 24 Holdings.
Yes, it's a franchise, yes.
And when you applied, or when you tendered for the contract, it was you in your name, and you were the sole director and 100% shareholder, is that right?
Yes, that's right, yes. So we're not packing this contract and then we'll see it after one and then deal with other issues here, because I think what we agreed on is that we rather let's pack it for now, and then after one, when you consult with the legal team, then you can come back to this.
So, and we know from your evidence now that Medicare 24 Holdings is actually wholly owned and solely owned by Mrs. van Wyk and Venter. You're not a shareholder, you're not a director. in Medicare 24 holdings?
Yes, I'm not.
So don't you think you tendered for the contract under false pretenses?
No, it's not under false pretense. It cannot be under false pretense because I've given them all the necessary documents.
Did you indicate in your tender that the services would actually be provided by Medicare 24 holdings and not by Medicare 24 Swani district? Because we know from your evidence,
Can you
you've
repeat
got
that?
no track record in this field.
Yes.
And we're talking about a huge 350 million rand contract where you will service our officers, men and women, in the field doing an important job to protect us.
What's your question?
So my question, or what I'm putting to you, didn't you think it was important to disclose that in fact the entity that would supply the services and actually perform the contract is actually Medicare 24 holdings and not Medicare 24 Swani district?
Hence, I'm saying those documents are in the bid documents. I've given them those documents.
So, unless I'm my colleague, Ms. Zikalala, will in due course discuss with you the evidence that was given by General Fani, who is the chairperson of the bid adjudication committee, that did make the award in the first place, but then that award was subsequently set aside after there was an internal audit and then subsequently a final audit which resulted in the contract being cancelled. Because there were a number of irregularities that were highlighted in the audit reports. Are you aware of that?
I heard about that.
You heard about it. And you also heard that there was no proper audit, proper due diligence done.
That is not true.
Okay, so you heard about it. So on what basis do you say it's not true?
They came to the clinic and then they did the due diligence. So when they say not proper, meaning it must be from their side, so that I can't be held accountable for that. I don't know when he's saying it was not handled properly, what was he trying to, because I'm not the one who needs to dictate how must they do their due diligence. But what I know is they came to the facility to do that due diligence.
Yeah. So how would you know whether or not a due diligence has been done or is being done when you bid for a contract? Are you contacted? Are you questioned?
Yes, they tell you that on this day they will come for due diligence.
So who contacted you?
The project facilitator.
The project facilitator?
Yes.
Is that Brigadier Cartwright?
Captain.
Sorry?
Captain.
Captain?
Yes.
So you know Captain Cartwright?
Because of this contract, yes.
Now, we understood his role from the evidence of General Fani that he's called a facilitator. You aware of that?
Facilitator meaning?
Well, from what General Fani said, a facilitator is actually someone who just prepares the documents and makes sure that all the relevant documents is before the bid evaluation committee.
On behalf of SAPS?
Yes.
Yes.
So when and where did you meet Captain Cartwright?
I think they came 2 or 3 times to the clinic to do their site inspection, due diligence. And even when I went to sign the contract, I saw him as well.
Did you meet with him personally?
When?
No, I'm asking you. Did you meet with...
It was not only him, it was him and other panel members.
Someone else?
I'm saying it was not only him who came, it was him and other panel members from SAPS. Members of the, I think it's BEC or BAC, I'm not sure.
So did he introduce himself as someone who is doing a due diligence on behalf of the bid evaluation committee?
They all introduced themselves, not only him.
How many of them were there?
I don't remember. I was not present.
Yeah, I asked you and maybe I missed it. Did you meet him personally?
You meaning outside the due diligence day or what?
Well, either in his capacity as the facilitator of the bid evaluation committee or in some other capacity or in both. Have you met?
Because I met him when I went to sign the contract, yes. And then I also saw him once when he came to the office.
And did you meet with him when he came to your office?
Can you please explain what do you mean meet? Because I'm saying I saw all of them. Basically, when they came, I was not present, but I think on the 3rd time when they came, and then I was there, and then I saw them.
Yeah,
and then they introduced themselves. Then I'll know.
Yeah, I'm going on your words, Mr. Matlala, and whenever I don't, then you must correct me. Okay, so I don't want to mislead you. You said you met him. Now, was this when you met him at your office?
Okay, when I say met him, you mean have I saw him in person or we met and then we had coffee together or something?
Sorry,
I'm asking that when you say we met, are you saying, because I said to you that I met him and other panel members.
So I asked you, have you met him personally?
Oh, personally, no. On his personal capacity, no.
Personally, like when he was alone?
No.
Not at any stage?
Okay, I met him once when I went to sign the contract.
Okay.
He was alone.
You've spoken to him, surely?
When?
Again, I'm asking you, it's a question mark.
You're saying I spoke to him when I saw him when he was alone?
No, I asked you, you've said, again, let me summarize what you said. You said when he was at the office, he was with other people.
Yes.
And the only time you met him is when you in fact signed the contract.
Yes.
And presumably it was also with other people.
No, he was alone.
He was alone?
Yes.
Okay, so when was that?
The day that I went to sign the contract.
Give us a date or a month.
I think it's the day I signed the contract. I should check I think it's in July, but
in July, yeah.
Yes, yeah.
So that was obviously before the award was cancelled.
Yes.
So did he come and where was that signing ceremony? Where did that take place?
At SAPS Supply Chain, it's in Silverton. In
Pretoria.
Yes.
And in what capacity were you then meeting him? Because I think you initially, or you said a few minutes ago, that when you first met him and others at the offices, they were from the bid evaluation committee.
Yes, that's correct.
Now, I think by now, from a person who replies to requests for quotations and who submits tenders and so on, you know basically how it works. You make an application. There's people who sit in the office. There's many applications. They sift through it. Some people's application get thrown out because there's something or other that's not right, tax, VAT, or whatever. But then there's a shortlisting process, and then it goes to a bid evaluation committee, right?
Yes, I'm listening.
Do you understand that?
Yes.
I think
Yeah,
you
yes.
would be familiar with that process.
Yes.
And then from a bid evaluation committee, it goes to a bid adjudication committee. The bid evaluation committee, they make recommendations. The bid adjudication committee adjudicates and they decide. So what I'm asking you is, when you met Cartwright and the others at your office, it wasn't a personal one-on-one meeting. There were other people. They were still from the bid evaluation committee. Is that right?
I wouldn't know whether it's evaluation or adjudication, and that I don't know.
So you also, because my question then was, because that's what I understood or heard you to say, they were from the bid evaluation committee.
Yeah, I'll assume that.
Yeah. So when the signing of the contract took place, the award had already been made by the bid adjudication committee.
Yes.
So that was a little while, I'm not quite sure how long after the bid evaluation committee, but about a month or so. So a month later, the bid adjudication committee makes the award, and you are then notified that you've been successful, isn't it?
Yes.
And who notified you?
They give you a call.
Who gave you a call?
Mr. Cartwright.
Mr. Cartwright.
Yes.
What did he tell you?
That you've been awarded the health risk management contract.
Okay. You didn't ask in what capacity he was phoning you?
No, he explained that he's phoning from SAPS supply chain. He's Mr. Cartwright, and then he was telling me that the bid has been awarded to my company.
Chair, shall we take the adjournment on that note?
Yeah. Honorable Malema, before you take the break, is your hand up? Okay. Honorable members, Mukoni, Matevela Sanjo Batomile Binavina.
Okay.
Arian Roshokamabia, we will come back at 14 hours.
Chair, there are no interpreting services here. We don't have interpreting services, so sometimes you leave us. So we must take cognizance of that.
But because you know you are the culprit, I don't know how to respond to that.
I've got a problem, Chair. Every time you speak in Spedi, someone is asking for interpretation. But when they speak Zulu here, no one is asking for interpretation.
That's why I say, Mkhalaka, that the culprits are known.
It's a dominant language, Zulu.